Hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening depending on where you are in this amazing world. My name is Donovan Jolly, and welcome everybody once again for another amazing video of DIY investing. The altcoin markets are looking exceptionally fire right now. Many altcoins have already been breaking out, with many breaking out and making new all-time highs as we speak. Today I wanted to share with you a couple major charts that are going to show why right now we are about to be heading to new all-time highs in the altcoin total market cap, and why by buying right now, you guys are going to be able to guarantee your spot at 100x returns heading into this next cycle. This is about to be the biggest market cycle we've ever seen, and you don't want to miss out on this action. If you're new and just finding this channel, always remember to do me a favor by leaving a like, comment, and subscribing to this channel for more updates. Make sure to click that notification bell so you don't miss out on any new videos like the one provided for you here. And make sure you guys sign up and join the very best and the fastest growing Discord community in crypto. My server has over 18,000 members and growing so fast. All you guys got to do to join is click inside the description of this video, and there you're going to find the invitation link to my Discord server. On the Discord server, I also offer my VIP products like the video course and Signal. So if you guys want to copy every trade that I take, follow my exact long-term portfolio, as well as get private VIP videos that I only make for members inside of my Discord server, then make sure you guys stay all the way to the end of this video, because then I'm going to take a couple minutes to explain how you guys can get signed up, the pros of doing so, and what it's going to take to get you guys going today. One final thought before we jump into the video, guys, is to make sure to download my free ebook. This is for new guys getting into the market that just simply want to understand a little bit more of the ins and outs of trading and investing. It's something I really wish I would have had, and I know it's going to help you out a lot, which is why I've made it for free to download. Links are provided for you in the description. And with all that being said, guys, let's jump right into this amazing video today. Alrighty guys, so here we are taking a look at Bitcoin on the dollar. Now really for today's video, we're just going to be comparing both of these two cycles because I'm noticing something, and it really is pinpointing that we are at the very final stages before we do get that parabolic rise. And I'm going to break it down for you guys so it's easier to understand. At the end of the day, on this channel, I want to see you guys make money. If you guys are making money, that's all that matters, because at the end of the day, I've already been able to do all of this for myself. I've been here in these cycles. Most recently in this cycle, I've been able to find select few altcoins for me just dollar cost averaging since mid 2018, and I'm already up so much off of these altcoins that it literally doesn't even matter at this point. And this is kind of the thoughts that I've been trying to teach everybody that watches this channel. It doesn't really require a ton of effort necessarily. All it really requires is patience and know-how. If you can understand cryptos, if you understand the market and you dollar cost average and you're just patient with it, your crypto investments are going to pay off well above and beyond anything that you ever expected. And this is the point of the cycle where we're at, where all of our dollar cost averaging, all of the investing and the patience that we've been, all of the patience that we've had to muster up is finally starting to get rewarded as the markets are, in my opinion, going parabolic. And we can see this with Bitcoin. Bitcoin's already broken out, made a new all-time high. Ethereum is venturing its way up to its all-time high. Many altcoins have already broken all-time highs, like DeFi altcoins. And there's many altcoins that are kind of just waiting and are looking like they're imminently about to be breaking out any day now. And so with all that being said, guys, we need to understand where we're at in this cycle and how prior cycles have lined up, which is why we're going to talk about a pattern that's playing out here inside of the total altcoin market cap that is very, very insanely similar to what we saw in the last Bitcoin cycle. Now, guys, the way that these cycles work, they go through these big parabolic rises and then they top out. Once they top out, they build a downtrending resistance or a downtrend, right? These downtrending resistances are comprised by lower lows and lower highs, and you can see that every time prices react off of this trend line, we go lower, right? Until finally, prices break out of that trend line, and then we start a brand new cycle. Now, each new cycle is very similar to the previous bear market. So in the bear market, how we have this descending resistance and we go lower lows, lower highs. In the bull market, it's the exact opposite. And in fact, we do the exact same thing. The only difference is it's mainly just inverted. So we can see here, what once was acting as previous resistance is now doing the exact opposite on support. And it's pretty much the exact same pattern. Now, why is this important and why do we need to understand this? Well, simply put, what this is called right here, when a market starts uptrending, we can see, notice how the market bounces off this trend line and it really just sits here and rides it and it grinds on this trend line. And we do make these little impulses, but we always fall back down and then we start hugging this trend line and really start grinding on it until finally prices go parabolic, right? Now, the important Now, the important thing to understand here is this entire period of time as we're grinding on this trend line is what's known as accumulation. During accumulation, prices will rally either on a support floor, whether it's horizontal or diagonal. In this case, it's diagonal. And we bounce off of this support floor and prices are getting accumulated. There's big players stepping into the market and then they're buying their crypto. And we can see that we have these short little impulses off the trend line, but overall we're just slowly growing as we get more and more parabolic until finally we come to a point where the market impulses, except we don't end up getting a retest off of that trend line. And we can see that right here. We have two different attempts at falling back down and retesting this trend line. But each attempt that we fall back down, we're not even hitting the trend line. And this is what is known as deviation. Now, inside of a trend line, when we get deviation, that signals the reversal point of that trend line. And so you can have two different reversal points inside of a market. You can either be riding on a trend line, and then we get deviation, and we fall through that trend line and start a new bearish trend, or we can be riding on a trend line and we can be breaking up higher and get deviation in a steeper uptrend. And this is exactly what happens in parabolic markets, specifically in Bitcoin. Instead of breaking down and falling below the trend line and getting a deviation on a bearish perspective, we got a bullish deviation and we started an even steeper parabolic trend as we went into new all-time highs. And this is what happened in the last Bitcoin cycle. Now, guys, if we come over here and take a look at what's happening today inside of the altcoins, you're going to actually notice that we're getting roughly the exact same type of cycle. Now, this is the trend line that we have been accumulating on for the last little while here. Ever since coronavirus, we've just been slowly stitching our way up this trend line. We've made some impulses higher, but overall, we really haven't done a whole lot besides just steadily hanging on support of this trend line. And this is really the trend line that started this new bull market for the altcoins. Now, when we think about this, let's apply the same principles that I just taught you guys by analyzing Bitcoin, and let's take a look at what's happening right now. Now, you guys obviously know that if we're hanging on support of a trend line, then that's obviously what's known as accumulation. So let's come right here and label accumulation. So we're going to put that right here. Now, in the last Bitcoin cycle, really we stitched our way up this trend line until finally prices started going so parabolic that they weren't hitting that trend line anymore and they were just going vertical. This, in my opinion, is roughly the exact same point that we're at today. We've had two different attempts at retesting this trend line over the last month, and both of these attempts have come short. We're not hitting this trend line. Yes, we're coming very close, but what we can see is that the candle bodies are stitching themselves way up higher here. They're not coming back into contact with this main trend line, which is what is known as deviation. We are finally getting that deviation inside of our normal trend line, and this is what is ultimately going to be taking us into the parabolic phase of this cycle. The same thing that happened inside of Bitcoin. Let's remove the volume. Let's remove the volume real quick. The same thing that happened into Bitcoin. Once we started impulsing and then the retraces stopped hitting this parabolic trend, that was when we started getting that impulse that broke all-time highs. Now, guys, if we take this exact same formula and let's actually apply time frames to this and let's see, at what point was Bitcoin breaking out of those all-time highs, and at what point should we expect to see, the altcoins doing the exact same. So let's go over here. Let's take from the all-time high and let's draw this all the way over here. So we hit the all-time high at about 1,134 days. That was the point where Bitcoin ended up rallying back up to retest that all-time high. And then we got a sell-off back onto that trend line. Now, what I'm noticing right here as far as the altcoins go is I bet that we're pretty close to that exact same time frame. And if we come right over here, let's see where we're at today. So the current valuation for the altcoins is sitting at just under 1,100 days. So 1,100 days would take us to about right here. So let's draw a line. So where we're at in the altcoins shows that we're still right down about here. Which, as far as altcoins goes, we still made one more big impulse to finish out at that high at the all-time highs, right? So we still made one more impulse to retest that high before getting that sell-off. And that was really what took us into that final closing point of the year. Now, we're really at that same point as far as the altcoin goes, where it looks like in the altcoins is we're starting that big impulse as we should venture to these all-time highs, which, me personally, that's actually where I think that we're going to be heading. I think the altcoins are going to be rallying up to these all-time highs. From the all-time highs, we'll get a pullback. This pullback should take us back down onto support of this previous resistance. So right here. And really, you could draw this a couple different ways. I'm going to draw it right here at about 263 billion. You could even draw it all the way up here at about 284 billion. So let's just say within this range between 264 and 284 bill, I would expect that the altcoins are going to make this big impulse. We're going to hit these all-time highs. Once we hit these all-time highs, we're going to get a retest of this level here, anywhere from 284 to 264, and then that is going to signal the bottom before we get new all-time highs. And it'll look something very similar to what we saw with Dash. Really, if we come over here and look at Dash, and we look at Dash in the last cycle, let's remove these drawing tools. Let's actually just copy this because it's actually insane how much these two cycles look like. So Dash in the last cycle, Dash was one of the best performing altcoins in that last cycle. And so if we take this pattern here, let's just take this chart from here, and let's go and take a look at the altcoin total market cap today. And you guys are going to start to understand exactly what I'm talking about here. Because in my opinion, you know, these two cycles are actually very much the same. You know, obviously we have some differences here. No two cycles are ever going to be 100% the same. But what I can say here is we're pretty much following right on path to what I've been labeling for you guys for quite some time now. You know, obviously cycles can look a little bit different. Not every cycle is going to be 100% the exact same, but what we can see here forming is roughly the exact same type of market cycle. They're following the same trend, and that's why we don't need to overcomplicate things. We just need to hold the long-term trend, and that's it. Don't overcomplicate things. Just get out of your own way, because that's what we like to do here. As humans, we like to get out in our own way. We like to have these emotional, chaotic times in our minds where, you know, we make dumb decisions where XRP is sued. Oh no, sell everything, or just dumb things like that, right, guys? And it's these mistakes that ultimately cost us the 100x returns, or the 50x returns, even 10x returns. And so we got to just make sure that we're just holding, because at this point, if you would have bought Dash in that last cycle at the all-time high, you would have made 100x returns just buying the all-time high. This cycle, you know, by buying Ethereum at the all-time high, are you going to make 100x returns? Probably not. I would doubt it. But we're still very early, and you can still see those 100x returns in a lot of these alts. And so I'm going to be watching out for this move here, guys. Altcoin total market cap is basically just going to be pulling an early day Dash where it rallies up, hits those all-time highs, and we pull back, and then hopefully we get this cup and handle formation. If we can get a cup and handle to close out, to start off this bull run into 2021, you guys already know how crazy 2021 is about to be. So anyways, guys, this is the video I had for you. Just wanted to map out some cycles. Just wanted to simplify everybody's thoughts, questions, concerns that they've been having. Just wanted to tell you guys what I think is about to happen. Share with you guys what we're seeing inside of the market cycles with the altcoins. Share with you guys what happened in the last Bitcoin cycle and really how identical these cycles are. You could not convince me that these cycles are almost exactly the same. Roughly the same type of market structure, roughly the same time frames, same type of accumulation. Anybody that says they're different is an idiot. Anybody that says they're different is stuck with their nose against the wall on the shorter time frames. Not us. We're going to hold the long-term trend, and we're going to make the majority of this money in the cycle. So guys, as we wrap up this video, if you support what I do on this channel, but most importantly, you guys want to be able to know exactly what I'm doing with my funds at all times, you guys should really check out my video course in Signals. Inside of my Discord, I offer 2 different VIP courses. Inside of my Discord, I offer 2 different VIP products. I offer the video course, which is 20 educational videos that are going to teach you guys the ins and outs of trading and investing. All of the new stuff that I learn here, all of the education that I'm going to be able to teach you guys as far as technical analysis goes, is going to be taught to you guys inside of that 20-part video series. Now, on the contrary, I also offer the signals and the ability to copy my entire long-term portfolio. So over 80% of my money is invested in my long-term portfolio. By signing up for my signals, you guys are going to get immediate access, and you're going to know exactly what I've allocated to each investment, what percentages I've allocated to each crypto. And then on top of that, you guys are also going to get access to every other trade that I take, whether it's a DeFi pick, an NFT pick, Polkadot. All of these are going to get posted inside of the Discord. And so if you guys want to just copy what I'm doing, you want to make sure that you're getting a sound portfolio and you're just following what somebody that knows what they're doing is doing, then you guys should really check out my signals. Now, you guys can purchase these together or separate. If you can only pick one, I always recommend going with the signals first, because the signals are going to be the way for you guys to get that portfolio and follow what I'm doing. Get those low caps, make these same gains, and really just know what I'm doing with my money. So at the end of the day, guys, if you can only pick one, So at the end of the day, guys, links are provided for you in the description to go sign up. Now, with that being said, if you don't want to sign up for any of my VIP stuff, I do have a free ebook that's linked in the description as well. This is an ebook for new guys getting into the market. I know that this is actually going to help you guys out a lot because it's really the skills that I wish I would have had when I first got into the market. Back when I first got into it in 2016, I had no idea what I was doing. I lost a lot of money because I just simply had no idea what I was doing. Made a lot of dumb mistakes that I wouldn't have made if I just known these simple strategies that I'm going to teach you guys inside of this free ebook. So once again, links are provided for you in the description to download or to sign up for any of my VIP products. And with all that being said, guys, I will catch you in the next video. As always, peace out.